All right, guys, let's give credit where credit is due. That whole Purple Revolution thing, I mean, it crashed and burned, yes, but what it did do is it left us with this desire to build something, to come together as people, right? Last week I had this idea and I said, well, what if we did something where we just focused on the jumping off point wasn't about what your politics are, right? The jumping off point is equality, equal rights for everybody. If you don't believe in that, then you're not part of the movement. It's simple as that. I don't need to know your political ideology because if you don't believe in that, you're not in this movement. Because think about it, right? Like MAGA, Make America Great Again. That's past tense. They want to go back to a white Christian nationalist state. Whereas BADA, Building a Diverse America, is forward moving and it's saying yeah, it may be messy and we don't exactly know what it looks like, but we want to come together with that as our founding principle, is that it's equal rights for everybody and that is not negotiable. So like I said at the end of last week, I was going to work on it over the weekend. So I set up our socials and then I linked them all to a link tree and you can go there. It's right here. It's badamovement.com and that just kind of redirects you to that link tree. We'll link you to all of our social medias and then also the launch Substack that I just posted. And so basically that's just talking about hey, this is what we're going to do. And the first 1,000 people that are on that email list for the Substack, we're going to call that, they're going to be our founders, right? And so they'll always have some kind of designation that they were part of that first 1,000 founders. I decided to kind of flip it on its head a little bit. I do have a GoFundMe set up and you'll see all of that linked over there, but I did design some merch. And the reason is because right now the structure isn't built, right? So we can't start doing $10 donations because the structure isn't built yet. And that's exactly what the Founders Fund is, right? And that's to cover things like meeting with a lawyer to set up the legal structure, building a website, all of that stuff. The reason that I started with that is that, setting up that structure is going to take probably a month. We're not just trying to raise money. We're trying to raise a flag. We're trying to start a movement in our own hometowns right now, today, not wait. And that hoodie, that tee, that hat, that's your uniform. That's your soft protest, a conversation starter. It says, I believe in equal rights for everyone. And every order of the merch funds the Founders Fund to get BADA registered, recognized, all that stuff. So if you've been waiting for something real, thinking someone should, well, we are. We're doing it right now. So go over there to badamovement.com, check it out, have a look, subscribe to the email list, grab some merch, get involved. Let's get this thing going. You guys are going to have to help me share it because we're not dealing with corporate donors here. This is people led, which means it needs to be people pushed. Because guys, we're not just building a brand. We're trying to build a democracy that actually looks like America.